I had to test this just in case, but I never thought it would actually happen. Sawyer, it seems you can bully people without being there with them on Discord. I wouldn't believe it if I hadn't just witnessed it. Listen to me, Sawyer. If you did bully Ricky, the man you saw get 7200, I should tell you, his Battle Door ceremony was scheduled for today. That was not mine. The community congratulated him in absolute secrecy, so you wouldn't have heard of him on TV or through the internet. It appears not even you can help yourself to bullying superior players. But I assure you, L is real. I do exist. Now try to insult me! Come on! Insult me right now! Can't you do it? Well, Sawyer, it seems that you can't belittle me after all. You've given me a useful hint. Although this was announced as a worldwide broadcast, the truth is, we are only broadcasting in the Typho region of YouTube. To be honest with you, I never expected it would go this well, but it won't be long now until I can sentence you to 4th place. Naturally, I am very interested to know how you can commit such bullying without being present, but I don't mind waiting a little longer. You can answer all my questions when I party match you. Let's meet again soon, Sawyer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is your main man Typho. Welcome back to another video on the channel. I hope you're all doing good. Now, you've seen the intro. This video is about the YouTube star, the phenomenon, the previous #1 prestige of Speed Battle. That's right, Sawyer Forces. Now, you all know him pretty well. He's probably the biggest content creator for this game. He considers himself to be one of the best, if not the best. And, yeah, I think everybody just looks up to him, thinks he's amazing, and I would like to just tear that all down, because it's all false. And I am here today to engage in this David and Goliath battle once and for all, and reveal the truth about as much as possible, and give y'all a rundown of this guy's history, his background, his persona differing on different platforms, and overall, why I think he's a bit of a jerk. So, how about we dive into it, man? So Sawyer has definitely had Speed Battle since global launch. Pretty sure he's played since November of 2017, a bit like myself. And he began venturing on Discord, I think, around the middle of April of 2018. Now, he was only in like the Speed Battle server and in Com, which was like one of these private Speed Battle servers with a lot of the elite players at the time in it. I don't know if he was in anything else, it's not my business. I'm just trying to give you the rundown of his Speed Battle background because he plays other games, but I don't know what he's like in those communities or if he's in any of them, so it's not my business. But back before seasons were a thing, Sawyer was basically like the best player in the game, if not one of the top 5 best players in the game at the time. Like Toluca was like the best player, he had like 9k, but he also had player level 15 while everybody else was in a player level disadvantage. So yeah, he was kind of really good, and his only real competition at the time were the likes of like Anon, 7906 or Wowie or Satch and Ghost. Now the two of them did not like him at all. Neither did Chaotic Sonic. Reason being, Sawyer was one of the first people to ever like implement sandbagging into his strategy. Now for context on this, back in 2018, boosts were really good. They normally lasted like 6 to 7 seconds, and whenever Blaze was new at the time, she actually targeted herself with lava bombs in first, whenever you were in obviously first. So you're able to use this to hit yourself, then you were able to spam Fire Whirl while holding a fire boost and essentially get the easiest win of your life. Now Sawyer was one of the first early adapters of this tech. Ghost did it better. Ghost was probably the main iconic one that everybody remembers for doing it. But yeah, Sawyer was one of the first people to sandbag, and these guys definitely had a lot of arguments with him back in the day. Like, I think this was like July 2018, I think, and the two of them were basically just ganging up on him. And fair enough, that's pretty mean, but like, I would too. The guy's an asshole, and he just jumps to the conclusion that they're having sex together or they're like in a relationship. I mean, that's a pretty funny protocol. I don't see why you wouldn't make that assumption, but I don't see why you'd also openly say it. If anything, it kind of suggests homophobia, but like, I'm not going to make that implication either. But anyway, this is 2018, this is like 6 years ago, it's irrelevant information. I'm just trying to show you that this guy has never really had any positive relationships with his rivals or his competition. He has never really welcomed a challenge, and he acts like he would, but behind the scenes he's actually really two-faced and talks a lot of crap about his rivals. So we'll obviously talk about a lot of that later on. He left Com, I think, shortly after this, maybe in like August or like September. I'm not entirely sure on that. But I do recall that he would do some other things as well. It was pretty weird. So like early seasons, right, man? Me and Shrules were basically small fries in the speed battle food chain. We were like player level 13s at the time. I used modern Sonic and he used like silver. But we used to actually beat Sawyer a lot, and he would have been player level 14 up until like season 4 or season 5. And he wouldn't really like that either. Like, Shrules actually sent me some DMs from back then, and you can actually see him calling Satch a random, and I find that really funny. He's comparing him to like a Boss Jr., and if you don't know who that is, he was like one of those old exploiters from back in the day. He's actually called Talpalute now, food for thought. But yeah, man, he used to text Shrules every day, and he'd always like say dumb crap, like, and he'd always assume that Shrules doesn't actually see him as a true friend. He treats him rudely just like other people do. But yeah, he thinks Satch is a random. This is just like the beginning of his habit of calling people randoms. It's like his ultimate insult. If Sawyer calls you a random, bro, you may as well delete your Discord account and start a new alias, because this man's just devoured you, like. But yeah, not only this, man, he used to actually add me and Shrules to group chats, and he would be really nice to us. And to be honest, if you're reading through the lines, it was actually implications of, please, like, be a bit nicer to me in the game. Now, you're probably wondering, where are you pulling that out of, Typho? Well, he would leave these groups, or in fact block us on Discord if we were to be consecutively beating him. Like, Shrules would DM him some of his wins against him, and, like, Sawyer would just dismiss him, basically. Which is really, really funny, because, like, for a man who acts like he doesn't care about the game that much, you get hella offended, and Shrules would have been, like, 14, 15 at the time. You would have been, like, early 20s, so that's kind of funny. Like, he has this weird hatred for teenagers or for young people, yet he is surrounding himself in them all the time nowadays. We will obviously talk about that whenever we get to the current day, but, like, this is something that I really want to emphasize through the video, because like it's something that he has done for countless years, and I just feel like it should be all put into a video so people could actually see it firsthand and understand why I do not like this guy. Also, a funny oversight that I missed out on, he actually called Satch an Ice Wave spammer. And if you don't remember, what was Sawyer meaning between 2020 and 2022 before the band came out? Oh yeah, that's right. You were using Chaos. And what were you doing? Oh yeah, you were hitting walls, spamming everybody with Ice Wave. Like, I was good friends with this guy, bro. Like, he was an informant for me for whenever SST and STV were fucking rampant and they were being douchebags, and they were on Facebook and had me blocked and everything, so I couldn't get access to their community. Sawyer was in there and he was doing me the favour of showing me stuff, man. Not only that, he used to, like, actually be chill, man, especially whenever Tony Kroos and Sonic Style were manipulating the leaderboard. Like, I was good friends with this guy for a long time, and all of a sudden, man, he just turned on me whenever he realised that the competition was there, man, and that I was actually going to go for it. He kind of changed his tune with me, man. I'm very, very surprised by that, like, because as you all know, he doesn't seem that bad. Like, he seems rather chill in his streams, like, so how the fuck could he be so different online everywhere else? Well, on Facebook and Discord, man, he's an entirely different human being. Like, people that are on Discord know this already. He's a fucking wanker, like, and I'm not even gonna be filtering it, like. In 2019 as well, he basically started this, like, trend of hating on Philip3838. I think you are all very familiar with the fact that this guy does not like Philip at all. And they used to actually go back and forth in the Hardlight server, funnily enough. Like, Philip used to call him Sewer Boy, man. Honestly, I would call him that too if bro was excluding you from his Merry Christmases and Happy New Years. It doesn't get any more personal than that. In fact, he made a fucking meme out of him on his YouTube channel then years later, and I think a lot of people even took it on. Like, I understand, Philip's a fucking annoying player. Definitely is, like. But he is ranked pretty highly on the Prestige leaderboard, and I would consider him to be a much better Metal Sonic main than Blessed fucking Devil. But then again, that's not that fucking hard. To tell you the god honest truth, man, whenever seasons came in, Sawyer basically fell off and Satch and Ghost essentially took over the game. Like, they were so fucking good. They were literally a cut above Sawyer. Like, I'm not even gonna cap, man. Like, he was good, sure, but like, you were never as threatened in a race by Sawyer as you would be by Ghost or Satch. They would actually be intimidating. Sawyer's more of like a dirty player, like, and you never really wanted to race him. But, like, you would take the fucking free trophies because he would be worth so much. Now, that eventually would shift and change. He would eventually become worth +4s majority of the time. But, Sawyer has many fucking complexes that we'd have to address, man, to be honest with you. Like, he's actually a massive hypocrite. Like, he has the craziest double standard. He acts like he's clean, man. But I can assure you, this this bro is not clean in the fucking slightest, dude. This guy used to help me get trophies, man, and I would also help him get trophies. We also used to queue dodge, man. We used to support each other, like, and I guess since nobody really supports Sawyer in that way anymore, he would probably want to condemn that behavior as trophy boosting, but like, it's honestly just good ethic, if you ask me. Like, nobody's on this fucking game deliberately queuing with each other to give each other trophies. Like, if you find your fucking friends, you just don't want to get in your friend's way. But since you were no longer our friend, well, my friend anyway, why the fuck would I be nice to you in the game, man, whenever you're trying so hard to spam me all the time? Like, it's kind of ridiculous, bro. For irony's sake, the main gripe that Sawyer has with me is that I exploit for my trophies, right? Well, what if I were to tell you, and I've mentioned this in a previous video, that this guy actually exploited in 2020. Now, before I get to 2020, I do want to give credit where it's due. He did get 2 number 1s in Hall of Fame, seasons 18 and 19 respectively, where he drew with me in Ghost in those seasons. I think he never got a number 1 besides that, man, in the entirety of those 24 seasons of Hall of Fame. He might have got number 1s after that, but I genuinely didn't keep track, man, because, well, it's fucking Sawyer and he wasn't in our group. Like, he left the servers, man, so how could you expect me to keep up with that? You know? But, yeah, no, he did exploit. I have a screenshot here from our DMs in the past, man, where he beat this player level 5 hacker called TSX. They're hackers too, bro. But, TSS Mexicano, and he was like a player level 5 classic Sonic. And Sawyer, I was about to say Satch. Sawyer was like, oh, I did this. And he points an arrow up, man, and it's like my video, and it was called Fuck You Cunt. I can tell you, as the person who uploaded that video, it was an exploiting video against a hacker. And if Sawyer's going to openly admit it in this DM, I should spell it out for you, man. He has exploited against hackers before, so I hope all of you are currently on his channel spamming hate comments the same way you would to me, because I think that's only fair, right? Like, you all these people that want to hack against me and try and bait me and shit, man, and then claim that I'm a hacker and an exploiter and try and get me banned. Like, come on. Go report Sawyer, man. He exploited 4 years ago, man. Go get him. Fucking kill him. I highlighted this earlier, but like in 2020, man, whenever Sonic Style and Tony Kroos were basically fucking up the leaderboard with a lot of people, me and Sawyer were not for this, man, and we were pretty pissed off with all the fucking teaming and all the fucking trophy boosting that we were dealing with, man. I made a lot of videos about it in the past, like, so it's really, really funny, man. I'm just as big of a hypocrite as Sawyer, like. But again, I'm not in the fucking game counting from 3 to match with my friends to go gatekeep people, or sitting in voice calls or streams, man, going and targeting people. That's the kind of shit you're up against nowadays, like. But at the time, me and Sawyer actually made TSS, and yous all probably remember in September last year, he kind of brought it back up, the fact that we made the clan together. That was the reason why, and as I said earlier, we were good friends, like. We did work together, man, so it's kind of ironic that he completely turned his back to that and now condemns it, turns an oblivious eye to it, and acts like it's such a fucking sin. But, like, you were part of this shit, man. You act like you're just some kind of angel, man, and it's so annoying because it's like a complex of a kind. Like, you are not the moral compass of this community, man. As far as I'm aware, you got banned from the Hardlight server in June 2020, and you also left ES at one point, man, in, like, May of the same year. Like, he joined ES in that year, man, and he, like I said, he got along with everybody, like, and he wasn't that bad, but then he misinterpreted some fucking problem and left the server, man. He was really sensitive like that. And, yeah, I guess that's fair enough, man. Everybody is sensitive, but, like, this really hard guy who's on fucking streams all the time, man, saying ridiculous shit and always fucking insulting people, man, like, you've got some balls, because you really are throwing stones from a glass house. Eastsiders is actually where you got to see the real Sawyer come out, if you ask me, man. Like, he got really comfortable in there, and eventually he did get banned from there. Like, everything, man, in terms of, like, toxic Sawyer is visible in the server. So a big shout out to Owen and everybody that runs the server, man, that allowed me to use the pictures from here, because if I wasn't able to use them, Sawyer would actually get away with so much, man, because he's actually a wanker, like. But in January 2021, like, he actually picked this massive fight, man, where he wrote this soliloquy where he claims that people are under the misconception that time beats skill, and he has more skill than me and Ghost, who play speed battle 10 to 24 hours a day, and we need to get jobs because we work at McDonald's / 7-Eleven. This was like a big indicator of Sawyer's lack of geography because you do not have any 7-Elevens in Ireland. But the fact that he's going after me and Ghost like this was really, really funny. So funny to the point where Shrills and Satch honestly stepped in, man, and they were also on our side, like. And it just goes to show you, man, that Sawyer really just never treated anybody with the respect that was up in the elite with him, man. People that were doing better than him, people that were beating his ass on a daily basis. This guy is so fucking salty, man. He, in fact, left the server at the end of this season. It's really, really freaking funny, man. He was also really, really toxic towards Rafa, and the same year, 3 months later, man, Rafa got 6.9 off this guy, and you know what this person decides to do, man? He says, fuck you. Like, and he gets mad at him. Like, how can you be salty at him? He's 16 years of age at the time as well, man. That's the best part. It really just illustrates this guy's hatred for children, or like for teenagers anyway. I don't know whether it's an envy issue because of the youth, or because he's realizing that he's kind of, you know, washing up like a cloth. But yeah, you can see it yourself, man. He's such a useless little tosser. Like, this little pattern of hating on people, man, that do better than him, it only gets worse, like, and it follows through, man, to every other top player. Like, for example, man, Trite Senator did not like Sawyer at all, had his name set to Sawyer is washed at one point. This was also during the time where the band kind of came out, and like, the band were really fucking good. You all remember the band. Like, Trite Senator got 7k with Reaper and that shit, man. Not to mention at the very end of 2021 as well, whenever me and Eric were like top of the leaderboard. We did pretty well this season, to be honest with you. But Sawyer got really, really mad about it. Like, in fact, he was rather salty, and again, making excuses, man. That seems to be like his fucking like primary ability. Or I was trying to think of that reference from My Hero Academia, man. His quirk. I don't fucking know. I didn't watch it, but yeah, he was pretty mad because that was like one of the first times I ever threatened to pass him on prestige. And yeah, I guess that's really early to be making the call, but like, you know, I really always wanted to get it off him, man. I don't think he ever deserved it. Like, he inherited that prestige spot, man. He never actually earned that shit, man. Ghost fucking retired. You just walked into it. Me, on the other hand, I whipped your fucking ass, Sawyer, and you can never come to terms with it. I may as well mention this. Sawyer's YouTube channel began in like May of 2020, and he didn't really put too much time into it until he got like #1 prestige the following year. That was whenever the activity on the channel kind of picked up. And I'd also like to add that the guy had no contributions and no involvement whatsoever with the TSS clan. As many times as he wants to claim that yes, he did help establish it, and yes, you were one of the main guys in it during seasons 23 and 24, but he focused on his YouTube channel and began to develop an ego like he was not part of TSS at all. Please tell your fans to stop putting my clan in their names, because it's not our clan, it's my clan. If it was our clan, you would have been there and you would not have caused all this shit, because here we are now in the middle of a YouTube video absolutely grilling your ass. So I better get on to Sawyer's streams real quick before I forget them, because I have a heap of snippets in them, man. But I think I can date back even as far back as this 2021 fucking argument, man, that I mentioned. There's an actual stream of his, I think it's his Nutcracker Silver one, man. I'll just roll the clip in a wee minute. But I race him with Infinite, and his excuse after getting completely fucked is that I'm pay to win. And we had a massive argument about this in 2021, actually. Like, it was so fucking funny, dude. Like, this guy is genuinely nuts. Like, he's such a salty little fucker, hey? And he's the one to claim that I'm the jealous one. No, I'm the successful one, man. That's why I'm the one making the video first, I guess.
Okay. I want a rematch. Level 14 Infinite. Pay to win. Oh, bro. LOL.
As you all know, in June of 2022, Rafa actually got 7k with Tangle. This was an amazing achievement, man. Rafa really did solidify himself as one of the true MVPs of this entire game's history. But Mr. Sawyer over here, he wasn't very happy about it. Of course not. Why would he ever be? He claimed that Rafa played 24 hours and he's not going to cry for a tangle nerf. And Sawyer's bitterness in this situation comes from the fact that people hated on him for using Werehog during his overpowered meta and using DJV, of course. But I don't think Sawyer realizes that nobody really likes him. Only your little jit fans like you, and anybody that's brainless enough to forget everything that you've done or everything that you've said, because majority of these people that are fans of you have to fucking pay you for you to notice them in your streams. But this thread, I hope y'all can just see it, man. Bro is such a salty little bastard, and everybody has to come into the chat to tell this guy to calm the fuck down. Even Rafa humbles him, man. Rafa was really young back then too, man. Like, I know it's only 2 years, but like, I'd consider that really young. But this guy is king clownness. Like, this dude owns several circus tents, has 5 tight ropes, goes to work on a unicycle. Actually, I think he goes to work in a Volkswagen Polo / Volkswagen Golf. I was more of a Passat guy, bigger engine, bigger guy, man. Bigger engine for the bigger man. Yeah, no, Sawyer actually has the audacity to tell a 17-year-old to grow up. You are, like, in your late 20s at this point. I hate to bring up age as an argument, bro, but, like, you talk about maturity and people being childish when all you are in the end is a little bitch boy. So for the sake of record keeping, Sawyer has hated on Satch, Ghost, Shrills, me, Trite Senator, and Rafamat. All players who have surpassed him in the game. In April of 2022, I believe I might have got 7k. I'm not entirely sure. But there was a race where I got Nightwing and Sawyer in it, and Booga. And I think Booga ended up winning the race. But the problem Sawyer had is that me and Nightwing didn't attack one another, and he wasn't happy with this. Now, first thing first, why the fuck would I attack Nightwing when Booga and you are in my race? Whenever I didn't really like Booga at the time, and I most certainly didn't like you. I don't like you, in fact. What would you want me to do? Attack Nightwing and go for the win whenever Nightwing could then easily destroy me with Reaper? Are you fucking stupid? And you know what Sawyer does? He posts the 2 clips, and I will roll them here happily, man, in the video. Like, I don't give a flying fuck. And he threatens to post them on his YouTube channel, and he's like, oh, your reputation? Gone. Like, what are you fucking on about, you little retard? Like, what do you mean? And not to mention, he then says, oh, who's originality? Like, no, it's Nightwing, like, and he's like, who's that? Another example of Sawyer pulling the random card, man. Like, I don't understand why he does this. Like, it's such a pathetic little playground reply. Like, come on, man. You're supposed to be a full-grown adult, and that's the best you can come up with. At least use 2 of the fucking electrical cells in your brain. Connect the 2 of them together, man. Conduct something. In fact, conduct yourself, because you really do have no composure when it comes to speed battle competition at all. And you act like you don't care about it. But it's been clearly proven by now that you do care about it. You care a lot about it, so much so that you're going to make excuses about me passing you on prestige via illegitimate means for the rest of your life, because you're never going to get it back. So, coming into like January 23, man, right? Sawyer was so salty about Devil achieving 7k with Superman. Like, this guy is a fucking head case, like. This is from the Shadow Gang server, so this would be Shadow TH's server. So this just shows you that Sawyer's toxicity is going to stretch across multiple different servers at this point. He's still banned from Hardlight. So am I, but like I mean, I'm indefinitely banned. I got banned twice. But this guy only got banned once, and that was enough for Hardlight to know, yeah, no, don't let this motherfucker back in. But like, here he is again, calling Devil around him. What age is Devil? He was 15 or 16 at the time, maybe 17. Another example of Sawyer hates teenagers or people that are better than him, because why the fuck wouldn't he? All he can ever do, man, is begrudge the successful, because he ain't. All he has is his fucking YouTube channel, and all you people that glaze him. I think that he should probably give all of you a really formal thanks for that, because without yous, his deluded ego would have nothing. And sometimes I wish it did have nothing, but we sadly don't have that. We have arrogant Sawyer, who is never going to ever let this go. So if he's not going to let it go, I think it's time that I provide the truth, and I think it's time that we get into the spiciest thing of all, and that would be the few months coming up to when I passed him on Prestige. So far, it's really not looking good for this guy. I don't even know if there is anything redeemable about him to show you besides the fact that he's gotten 2 7Ks. He hasn't been able to do it since, and it's been like 3 years. I don't know about you, man, but that screams wash to me. Yous all might remember the time that Sawyer changed his name on Speed Battle, man. Now, this is really juicy. It's in fact extremely fucking funny. This was during a season, man, where Mr. LH Shattuck, or Zorro Pappy motherfucker, was hacking with Darkspine. And I got him and Sawyer in a race. And I whipped their asses, man. It was parched palms. I remember it very vividly, man. And you know what Sawyer does? He goes to ES and he says, I can't believe it. That's how you got 6,800 trophies. Exploiting. You are worse than Sonic Style. And I find this really funny because I've already told you guys that this guy has exploited against people that hack, and I think the only reason that he doesn't is because he knows that I'm watching, and the day that he gets caught doing it, I will be there to be like, hey, you're a hypocritical little bastard. And he knows that, man. So he's going to go and take his self-righteous little ass and his pride away down the road, and that's fine, man. Zorro Pappy is a fucking hacker, and if a dude's hacking, I am not losing. We have already explained this several times in different videos. If I have to repeat myself for the 20th time, I recommend that some of you go back to school. But this was when he changed his name to Typho Exploiter, and he literally posted the screenshot of it, man. So it's really, really fucking funny. I just find that rich from him. And whenever I try to confront him about the time that he did exploit, he then states that it's messages from 2020 out of context, keep looking. So, no need to keep looking, buddy. I gave the context. People now know that you did in fact cheat against hackers. So, you're no fucking saint, man. Shut the fuck up, you little bitch. He's easy. You have level 14 Dragonfire Sonic, bro. You are ass. If you can't climb, that's on you. Don't blame other people. Don't blame the game. That is you. You lack skill. You lack talent. You lack integrity, man. You're nothing but a two-faced, washed-up cloth, bro. I think it would have been exactly a year since I passed Sawyer on Prestige, by the way. I think it was May 23. I don't even remember because I'm so used to being above him now that it just fell out of my memory. And of course, y'all already know, man, he was really, really bitter about it. I think he did make some kind of diss about it in one of his YouTube shorts. He put it in the subtitles. I don't have it on hand. But what I do have on hand, actually, is Sawyer raging on streams whenever he disconnects. So how about I just roll that, because it's really fucking funny.
No. ¡Ah! ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¡No! No, 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 no! Oh, mama!
Sawyer actually eventually got banned from ES and banned from Shadow Gang. So he's banned from 3 of the primary speed battle servers just off the way he behaves. If that doesn't prove it to you all enough that this guy is a little bitch, then I'm sorry, I don't know what else I can tell you. Thankfully for the people that are there listening pensively and understand everything that I'm saying, I have so much more for you, because this guy doesn't stop. He keeps delivering. The circus never stops. Whenever I was on my vacation last year, y'all remember the video that Sawyer made where he essentially congratulated me and said, oh yeah, Typho, thank you for the competition. Sometimes we can get carried away or some bullshit, and we did the party match video, man. Well, he used me for that. He fucking texted me on my holiday, man, and I was in the middle of going to the airport, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, and it was all fucking lies, man. It was all just to get that video out so he could fucking clean up his tracks, man. And it worked. People fucking bought it. And yeah, it benefited me too. I got a few subs off it, man, whatever. But it's the fact that I allowed it. I regret it now, because I knew at the time that he's just using me, and I talked about it with my friends, and we all agreed, yeah, no, we know what his intentions are, but do it anyway, because it could be a win-win if you think about it. So I took the plunge, man. I did the party matches. I was also half drunk for them. So the fact that you didn't win, and I was drunk, how do you lose, man? We drew, but that's not the point. The point is, you did not win against an intoxicated Typho, man. But it's also the way that you acquired this video, man. It's the way that you treated me. Don't ever do that to anybody else ever again. Don't use people for your content. Don't act all nice to someone and then turn 180 a couple weeks later. You're so weird, just be normal, man. So I think it's rather evident now that Sawyer's persona on YouTube versus a persona on Discord are two separate things. Like, they're definitely different products on the shelf. There are actually moments, man, on his streams where he comes full circle, man, and almost just does like this epic collaboration where delusional, egotistical, toxic, arrogant Sawyer from Discord comes over to the YouTube platform, man. And an example of this would be this stream from 2023 where he plays off finding Rafa in a race as... Okay, so let me explain the situation. He claims that this random Darkspine is his rival, and when he does eventually win, he then begins to L the face cam, man. Like, he starts L dancing in the corner there, like. And I find that so funny, man. Like, that's so immature. Like, you're meant to be a grown-ass man. Or that time, man, actually in ES, I'm just going to add this in here now, where you, like, posted a video of you beating Ricky, and you're like, look at this masterpiece. And people fucking flamed you for it. Now, that's another guy, man, that you had some unnecessary hatred for. Like, you were caught in the Vault server bitching about him, man, and bitching about me. And, better yet, you've put it in your fucking Discord about me. Like, let me get the translation real quick. It took me a little longer than I hoped to find this, but his about me currently states, if you think you've failed in life, I know someone whose only achievement in life was getting 7,200 trophies in a Sonic game in 2023. Laughing emoji. Now, this is really fucking rich coming from you. And he also went over into Vault server complaining about the same shit, man. And he makes the excuse that people only got their trophies because he got flagged and inflation. And he was on vacation. And he preferred to celebrate his birthday than play Sonic. Is that right? Is that why you stream an hour a day every fucking week or second week? Is that why you upload YouTube content all the time and flex your money and flex your subs? Is that why you suck at the game? But you claim that trophies are just a number and they aren't worth shit in the game, but you hate when people trophy boost and you hate when people exploit against hackers, that is, as well. Like, what is up with you? Like, I've proven your hypocrisy. I've proven that you don't have any skill in taking accountability for your own actions. You've done so much shit talking about every player, man, who was better than you. Just because Ricky was the better DJ Vector than you, you're gonna insult him and call him a random man, and you're gonna belittle him, and you're gonna and you're gonna allow Ink Sans and Vault and all these little people, man, to confide with you about your hatred for us. Is that actually normal to you? You hate teenagers. You've already proven this. You hate Rafa, you hate Devil, you hate Trites, you hate Ricky, you hate Nightwing. Well, Nightwing's a bit more of an adult man, but like, you see where I'm getting at here? Like, you are talking to 13 to 15 year olds about us grown adults because no adult actually wants to listen to you because you're a fucking dumbo. You think that it's okay to go and make fun of Ricky or make fun of me and go talk shit in these other servers, man, and you think that nobody's gonna send it out, man. Like, what goes around comes around, man. Like, I'm not here talking about you, like. I'm only talking about you because you're sitting in little, dark, little fucking black market servers, man, making fun of me and slandering my name and trying to tarnish my reputation the way that you wished you did whenever me and Nightwing fucking worked together against you. Or that time I beat Zoro Pappy. You've always wanted to destroy my reputation. Why is that? Is it because I have a better reputation than you? Is it because top players like me more than you? I wonder why that would be, man. You were likable once, and I would love to help you turn it all around, man, but I gave you that opportunity last year in September, and you fucked it. So, like, man, 3 months after that, he was telling Ink Sans that, oh, all of his trophies are exploited and trophy boosts. Mine, though, on the other hand, though, mine are legit, man. No, man, you barely have any trophies to start, man. Just because you've been playing since day one does not make you good. Like, I know other people, man, that think that they're top 20 or top 10 because they've had the game for 6 years. No, you can suck for 6 years. That's possible. Look at Blessed Devil. He's been bad for God knows how long. Look at all these other random ass players, man, like fucking Mocka69 or Turbo Jordy. Like, a lot of these names, man, have been around for ages. And Sawyer, you're no different to them. You're just as ass as them. Only difference is Turbo Jordy is a little less personal and mindlessly mashes buttons like he's a fucking airplane pilot. You have something against people that are better than you. Like, just work harder, man. Like, stop going on your YouTube and making random ass subtitles about Rafa because he blew your ass up on a YouTube stream with Longclaw. Like, how do you let that happen to you, man? Bro literally came into your stream with the name Sawyer Skillless and folded you 4 races in a row and left. That's embarrassing, man. And I was in the chat the whole time, just memeing it, and I was just loving it, man. formally speaking now, man, you're a jerk. And everything that you get, you deserve. And maybe I deserve everything that I get. But I'm not playing victim. I'm just expressing myself. And I'm just telling everybody the truth. And I think it's rather safe to say that the best of the truth has now finally come out, man. And, yeah. So, overall, man, Sawyer used to be a top player. Eventually, times changed and the game changed to the point where his skill was just not skill anymore, and he was getting worse. And unfortunately for him, he has kind of isolated himself in a way on the social medias of Speed Battle, like on Discord especially. I don't think he's ever going to get it back into some of these servers because he's just so dislikable and so rude and hostile that he's almost a liability if you were to just invite him to your server. But I'm sure people like Vault and all those guys, man, Zoro Pappy too, I'm sure you're friends with him now at this stage. Maybe it was like an inside job to try and get me exposed, but actually, fun fact, you did try to tell them to... Remember that time that Zoro Pappy baited me with that Werehog video or some shit? And you were like, oh, send it to Noli, it'll get him banned. And he changes his name just because he's running away from the ban. Yeah, Sawyer, no, I don't know what a ban feels like, and I don't know what a flag for 7 days feels like. But Sawyer, I'd like to wish GG to you. Thank you for this bitter rivalry, thank you for the drama, thank you for the exposure, thank you for all the hater gifs that you've sent my way, thank you for #1 prestige especially, and all in all, thank you for the time that you've given us all, man. You're such a joy. Now, I'm not wishing you off as if you've just died. There's no way Sawyer's gonna die, man. He's got way too many subs, like. But this will definitely put a little dent in your shoulder, man. I think you deserve it, because justice will come and serve itself, man, on a nice golden plate, like. And whenever that day comes, I will be there, man, because you will get your comeuppance. Like, I'm surprised you haven't yet. But hey, that's it, man. That's the video. That's the Sawyer video for y'all. I hope that this hasn't been a balls to listen to, and I really appreciate anybody who stuck around to hear it all out. I just want to get the truth out about Sawyer, man. I'm so sick and tired of this guy. He's slandering my friends. He's slandering anybody that gets in his way, because he just can't beat them at Sonic, man. And I'm leaving out so many little things, man. For example, that time I posted the Sawyer downfall video on YouTube and you screenshotted some complete random and posted it on your YouTube community post. That was fucking hilarious, man. But yeah, everybody else, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment down below and definitely leave a like on the video. It would definitely help. But it's been your main man, Typho. I'm signing off for now. Hopefully not for the last time. Looking forward to the backlash. But I thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to head off for now. Hope you all have a good night. It's been your main man, Typho. Peace out.